Hey guys, it's Brad from solarvps.com, and today we're going to talk about going green in the cloud, essentially the energy efficiencies that cloud computing now has for small to medium-sized businesses and large multinational corporations. Before we get going, like always, there is a link right below me, right there. It's a link to an infographic we made internally. It shows all this information I'm about to present to you in a very nice, graphical, pretty out way. So if you get a chance, feel free to click that link, go over there, check it out, make a comment or two, spread that information around, then come back here and hopefully watch me do this little presentation. So I'll give you a moment. All right, you're back. Let's get going. So the first thing that needs to be said about this is that the cloud is based on data centers. It's based on companies like SolarVPS utilizing a data center to host your applications, host your infrastructure. Essentially, if you have an internal Exchange server, you have an internal voice server, you need to utilize public cloud applications. Companies like us, like SolarVPS, who have our own data center, handle all those applications for you and take care of all those needs. Now, the dirty secret of our industry, of the IT industry, is that data centers in general cost a lot of money. They are big. They're pretty big. They're pretty numerous. They're hard to run. They cost a lot of money to run. They use a lot of energy, and sometimes, if they don't have the right technology, they can be pretty not well efficient. However, that's all changing. As technology gets better, as things increase, as the capabilities of the IT industry get better and better on a daily basis, 38% of data centers currently operating in the United States by 2020 will see energy reduction on a daily, a weekly, a monthly, and a yearly basis. This means they will use less energy. It means it'll cost less to run them, and essentially it means it'll give that company more capital, and it saves the environment some. Of the companies currently operating with the data center, again, like SolarVPS, 43% of them will utilize by 2020 better technology to make their energy efficiency more efficient in the coming years. By investing in new technology, by making their data centers, their infrastructure sleeker, and I wouldn't say more bare bones, but just sleeker and more robust at the same time, the energy costs of data center providers like SolarVPS will go down and will essentially save money and save the environment. Over here now. Now, one of the biggest stats of this is that by 2020, small to medium-sized businesses, by utilizing the cloud, be it a private cloud, be it a public cloud, small to medium-sized businesses in a 7-year period, it is essentially 2013, so let's say 7 years, will experience a $12.3 billion cost savings just by offloading all their internal IT needs onto a cloud provider. It gets their energy costs down, and all that additional money that they save now allows them to reinvest in their core competencies and let them do what it is they need to do on a daily basis instead of worrying about their energy costs and how much you're paying for bills on a monthly basis. Of those companies, for small to medium-sized businesses, 65 to 85% of small to medium-sized businesses will experience energy reduction by utilizing the public cloud. They will see their bills lowered because they utilize the public cloud. Something like Gmail, something like Dropbox, even something like Spotify, something like Facebook or Twitter. Those are all public cloud applications for the majority of people who use them. Things of that nature, being that they're not on site anymore, will essentially lower bills for small to medium-sized businesses, mom and pop shops, small stores, and essentially make them more efficient and make them lighter, and again also help the environment. Of those companies, of the 65 to 85% of small to medium-sized businesses, in the United States and the United Kingdom, that energy reduction, that energy efficiency, will save upwards of $2 billion. $2 billion savings because of the public cloud. Moreover, this is more in environmental terms, that savings will essentially cut carbon emissions, CO2 emissions, by 18 million metric tons over the next 7 years. Saving the environment. Pretty good deal. Now, the number 12.3 billion is pretty large. However, worldwide, that $12.3 billion converts into 85.7 million metric tons of carbon reduction in a 7-year period. It essentially means that small to medium-sized businesses, large corporations all over the world, because they're utilizing the public cloud, because they're utilizing the private cloud, because they're offloading all their IT needs onto a cloud provider like Solar VPS, they're cutting carbon energy reduction emissions. They're cutting carbon emissions by 85.7 million metric tons. More cost efficient, saving the environment. Keeps coming up. Now, another part of this is 30% for a larger company, 30% of multinational, international companies in the next coming 7 to 10 years will utilize the cloud, be it public or private, and they will see energy efficiency happen. They will cut their bills, and they will become more efficient. The more staggering stat is that for smaller companies, mom and pop shops, things on the corner of your street who really are operated by 2 or 3 people, something that's been in town for 30 to 40 years that everyone loves, because they're small, they tend to be less efficient at the moment. But by utilizing the cloud, 90% of those small mom and pop shops, 90% will see significant energy reduction and significant cost reduction. Allows them to reinvest in what it is they do best, make their business better, and at the same time, help the environment. Pretty good deal. So again, this has been a presentation of going green in the cloud, how the cloud will impact the growing economy of the world in the next 7 to 10 years with energy efficiency and cost across the board. There is that infographic right below me. Feel free to check it out. And I'll be seeing you next week with another presentation about the cloud, about VPS. We'll see what it is. Take care, guys. Hey, it's Brad from Solar VPS. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe to our channel. We enjoy that quite a lot. The more you subscribe, the more videos we'll produce, the more everyone will be informed. Another thing, if you have any questions about the cloud, about cloud infrastructure, about how the cloud impacts the world, about how it's impacting the world now, put a post underneath here, write a response, put a video response. Let us know what it is you want to know, and we'll take the time to go ahead and answer your questions so everyone's more informed. Take care.